Welcome to first Wednesday in February, Athletic Signing Day. Our head of school, Rich Fulford, is going to open us in prayer, and we'll get started.
All right, thank you. And it's an exciting day for these young men and women. I'm excited for them, being able to carry your passion for athletics onto your college is a special thing. They get to make an impact with others. Just as you've been discipled here, you get to disciple others on your campus, and that is an exciting thing. So let's go ahead and pray. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity just to allow these young men and Amelia to be able to sign and carry their talents forward. Father, thank you that you have given them the ability to shine. Thank you that they understand that ability, that gift comes from you. And it's not something that they are proud of because of their efforts, even though they work very hard. But they're proud of it because they get to honor you and the gift that you've given them. Father, thank you for their heart for Jesus. Thank you for their passion for their sport, as well as their academics, Lord. Thank you for their parents and their teammates who have been with them the whole way, who have prayed with them, who have guided them, who have helped them, who have held the ladder so they could climb to the top. Father, I pray they'll make an impact for the gospel, knowing that their significance comes from you and nothing else. Not any accomplishment on the football field, on the track, or on the cross-country course, Father, but only because of the work that you have done on the cross for them. May they share that with all of their teammates, coaches, and those they come in contact with on their campus. First in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Rich. All right, we are here to celebrate this morning. This is one of the favorite days of the year in the athletic department to get to celebrate, what these guys have accomplished in high school in their respective sports. Those of you that have been here, you've heard me say before, only 7%. This is across the entire country. Only 7% of high school athletes get the opportunity to compete collegiately at any level whatsoever. Only 7%. So you guys are literally the best of the best when it comes to your specific sport and the ability that you're going to have to go compete at the next level. So we want to celebrate this morning all that you've accomplished here at CAK and hopeful and knowing that God's plans are greater than our plans and the best is yet to come for each of you. So we're going to start right here with Graham Lloyd. The one thing we always like to do is recognize his family. So Brent and Felicia, Sister Lindsay, and Brother Malcolm, you guys stand or wave your hands. And nobody makes it to the next level without tremendous support from your family. So thank you for all that you've done. And just a little bit about Graham, and then I'm going to have Coach Cross come up and talk about him. He's got a personal record in the mile of 4 minutes and 46 seconds. His 2-mile time is 10 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm tired just reading those. 5K, 17 minutes and 19 seconds. 800 meter, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. He's a 2024 state champion in the 4x800 meter relay. GPA of 3.3. He was co-captain for both cross-country and track and field teams and worked 2 jobs at the same time. A triple sport individual playing hockey, track and field, and cross-country, and played a vital role in the 2024 region runner-up team score. Okay, so Graham's going to run cross-country at Rowan State Community College. So let's give it up for Graham as Coach Cross comes up to talk about him.
Well, Coach Speck covered a lot of the stuff I was going to cover, so well done. A couple things I do want to add. I've been coaching for about 6 years. I've come across a lot of athletes during that time. I will say that Graham Lloyd is the toughest runner and athlete that I've encountered. Many of you may know, he plays hockey. That's his first love. As for athletics, it's the truth. He's going to go to Rowan State, Bobby, but he might be playing hockey during practice or before practice or after practice. But he loves hockey, and with hockey comes concussions. And so during one of our, I believe it was his junior year, Graham got multiple concussions and only raced 3 times that year. As a matter of fact, one of his race, he ran probably one in August and one in September, and then he was out for like 4 weeks straight. And when I say out, the doctor says he couldn't compete, couldn't run, couldn't exercise. But we qualified for the state meet. And Graham came back, had not trained, and he ran the second fastest time ever up to that point at the state meet on no training. I mean, he had not run for 4 weeks, and if you're in skill sports, you might get away with that, but in a sport like track and field or distance running, you can't just detrain for 4 weeks and then expect to actually compete. And he helped. He was a varsity member of 3 straight TSSAA cross-country teams that qualified for the state meet. 1 year we were second, 1 year we were fourth, and last year we were fifth or sixth. Sorry, I'm losing track. But yeah, so he's a all-region performer. Would have been a 2-time all-region performer, but he had a concussion that year. And multiple times Graham would finish the race, be a key member of our team, and then he'd into the car, go into a hockey tournament, like immediately. And what stood out in that meet was that we took second in state, and we had only 4 runners on the podium, and the TSSAA officials were yelling at me, "Where are the rest of your team?" I was like, "They're gone." Like, Graham's at hockey, the other guy had a soccer tournament. I said, "This is the best we got for you." And so that was my experience with Graham. He was the toughest athlete I've ever coached, and I will say has a lot of potential. I think he's undertrained, Bobby, so I think he can improve a lot in college. And he was a joy to be around, always very mature, never participating in any kind of trouble with the team, and I appreciated coaching him for the time that I had. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Graham. All right, next we have Amelia Wiedemeyer. She's going to Lee University to compete in track and field. Her parents, Steve and Rhonda, are here. Could you guys stand up, wave, or thank y'all so much for all that you have done to support Amelia and CAK. All right, here we go. It's going to take a minute. All right, Amelia is the 2024 All-State Division IIA team for the 100-meter hurdles and 300-meter hurdles. She's first place regional Division IIA 100 and 300-meter hurdles, a 3-time Division II Single A All-State performer, Track and Field Coaches Award for freshman and sophomore years, Track and Field MVP her junior year, Division II Single A 2023 first place in the 4x200 meter relay, Cross Country 2024 award winner recipient, 100 hurdles time of 15.35 seconds and 300 hurdles time of 45.78 seconds. She's a National Merit semifinalist, an AP Scholar with Distinction, a Student Nominated Character Award for Integrity. She has a 4.4178 weighted GPA, a 3.9730 unweighted GPA, and a 35 ACT with a 36 super score. She's a Scholars Bowl varsity member, a National English Honor Society vice president for CAK, a member of the National Honor Society, middle school Bible study leader and chemistry tutor, and a member of our teen advisors. So please give it up for Miss Amelia Wiedemeyer. And her coach, Miss Gina Rouse, is going to come up and give a few more words about Amelia.
Obviously, you heard Chad speak of how well decorated Amelia is and accomplished she is in her academics and her athletic endeavors. And I just want to take a moment and talk about her character. Our family is new to CAK this year, and we came from another school in town. And this summer, we were praying about what God had for our family and for me as a coach. And we felt a nudge to come to CAK, and we were taking the steps. We had met with Chad and really loved his passion for the culture here and Mr. Fulford, and we felt like CAK was going to be the right choice for us. And so we were just asking the Lord to give us that confirmation. And we were at a summer track meet, and my daughters were running in, and they came running over to me, and they said, Mom, you'll never believe this. There's a girl over there. We don't know who she is, but she's got CAK on her chest. And she just offered to have a word of prayer before we have our meet. And this was not a Christian event. This was a regular public secular event. And long story short, fast forward a month or two, and we made our decision to come here as a family. And we found out that it was Amelia, and she was on our cross country team this past season. And so it was just really a special thing to get to experience her obedience to God. She had then told me when I said, hey, I think you might be this mystery girl that our family's been, you're pretty much the reason why we came to CAK. And she said, well, God challenged me a few years ago to really be more public and open with my faith. And he was wanting me to be more open in prayer. And so that was a step of obedience for her. And I said, well, when you obey the Lord, you never know what kind of impact it's going to have on someone else. And so it's just been a blessing to be how God has used this school and her in our lives. And I just think that that small moment is just a testament of who she is. And that's going to carry you so far, Amelia. So we're just so proud of you, and we wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Amelia, that is awesome. Congratulations. All right, next is Lincoln Rich. And I'm also serve as our head football coach here, so I'm going to have the opportunity to talk about Lincoln, and I'm going to kind of talk about his accolades, as I talk about him a little bit. So in the summer of 2023, it's the first time I had the opportunity to meet Lincoln. And he was in the middle of, being faced with doing something hard, okay? It's hard when you're a high school student and the plans God has for your life moves you across a state and decides that you're going to end up finishing your high school career, your last 2 years, right? Junior and senior year in sports, that's supposed to be the best 2 years, as far as a varsity athlete. And so Lincoln was faced with having to do something really difficult as this family moved from Murfreesboro over to Knoxville. And I remember when we got to meet and we talked about the great plans that God had for your life, regardless of where you end up being at school, and that the best is yet to come. And I know, that was hard to believe at that time in terms of, what was in front of you and what you were facing. But you dove into those plans. You went all in. You showed up. And one of my favorite stories about Lincoln is within a month of being a part of our football program, his teammates voted him as one of the top 5 players on our team to receive votes as being a team captain. And to me, that says a tremendous amount of, what he's really about. You can see immediately he's a hard worker. He never complained. He was a leader. We talk a lot in our football program about bringing your talents every day, regardless of what God has blessed you with. He's blessed you with a lot of talents, whether you're the best, most talented player on the team or young and still developing as a player. Whatever you've got, bring it every day. And Lincoln does that. And so he never started a varsity game in football at running back before coming to CAK. And then he steps in to 2023, immediately scores 2 touchdowns in our first game, becomes a second-team all-region player, and by the end of the season was nominated and voted by his coaches to receive the League Courageously award that we give out to the player that we felt like showed the most courage as a leader in the season. But dealt with concussions, and that first year had to miss some time, but then never stopped working, and comes back his senior year and just has a phenomenal year for us, okay? In 2024, he was a team captain. He was first team all-region. He was the 2024 offensive most valuable player. He was 2024 second team all Knox County. And he won, as awarded by the coaches, the 2024 Victory Mindset Award winner that goes to the player that represents the mindset that we're trying to develop the most of anybody else on the team. He was a Pella Windows Player of the Week and also first team all-region performer. Many of you know Lincoln is a diabetic. Amongst this entire journey for him, he overcame that, which most people in this room don't understand just the discipline that requires to deal with that on a daily basis, to take care of your body, to be able to perform sport like football that's so physical, to be able to maintain that. But God gives us all a story for his glory, and Lincoln dove into that. And raise money to help awareness, and also raise money for juvenile diabetes through his capstone. Even the local news took notice of that and promoted that. And he just jumped into CAK for the short time that you were here and gave us all you got. And for that, I'll always be grateful. I think the greatest compliment a player can receive is to be a great teammate. And Lincoln was a great teammate, is a great teammate, and will continue to be a great teammate. I'm grateful to have coached you for 2 years. I think you're built of all the right stuff. You're a great brother to Beckett. And Beckett, Alicia, Ella, and Bill, wave your hands right there. Let's thank them. They're a phenomenal family. One quick anecdote on Lincoln being a great brother. At Notre Dame this year, he hurt his shoulder really bad. We didn't know if at the time, we didn't know if it was season ending. We knew he wasn't going back in that game. And Lincoln comes back and is he's cheering all his teammates. But, Beckett had the opportunity as a freshman to play, a decent amount in that game. And Lincoln is just locked in a time where he had some uncertainty about his own future, just locked in cheering for his brother. And there's many, many examples of how much he supports Beckett and what he does, and that's something I admire in you. You're a great brother and a great teammate. Last thing I'd say to you, Lincoln, is God plans really are greater than anything we can ever ask or imagine. Thank you for all that you did for CAK football and how you bought into what we're trying to do. You are so much of the standard that we want in a football player. I believe in you. Okay, you've got what it takes. I can't wait to watch you at Maryville. I love you, and the best is yet to come. All right, so let's give it up for Lincoln Rich. All right, I believe the best is yet to come for each of you. So with all that said, you guys ready to get this done? Sign your papers, go commit to college? All right. On the count of 3, sign it up. 1, 2, 3. All right, the last thing I'll say this morning is I want to make sure you guys know you always have a home here, okay? You're not going away, you're being sent. You're being sent on purpose, for a purpose. God's got great plans for your life, but you're always welcome back here. Hope to see you training on the track, running across campus, in the weight room. Lincoln, all of you getting it done here. You're welcome back anytime. We love you. Take forth love as a standard. Live that out. And we couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. Thank y'all for, go ahead, clap for me.